Hello, and welcome to Filmsquatch, the podcast where two guys from the Deep South watch and review movies about Bigfoot. It's that simple. Each episode takes a look at a single film about a Sasquatch or a Yeti, and the guys break it down for you. Patrick and Kendall are true believers, but they're too old, too fat, and too lazy to get up off their sofas and go hunt for a Sasquatch themselves. So they just sit back and watch movies about them. Now, let's head over to the Filmsquatch screening room, where Patrick and Kendall are ready to discuss their latest film.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Filmsquatch. With you, as always, is Kendall, and with me, as always, is Patrick. Patrick, how are you doing today?
Greetings and salutations, my friend. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Tonight, we're taking a trip back to the late 70s, 1979, as a matter of fact, to, I believe, Mississippi. And we're going to be talking about 2011's Shriek of the Sasquatch, written and directed by Steve Sessions. This film stars Sarah Salem, Donnie Fersiga, I guess. I'm ruining his name right now. Todd Cockcroft, Ted Alderman, Laura Austin, and a lot of other folks. And let's take a look at the trailer, and then we'll come back and discuss this film.
There's something over there.
They said it was only a legend.
Jeff Andrews picked a good time to go on vacation, didn't he?
Tell me about it.
There is no escaping Bigfoot. Shriek of the Sasquatch.
You found her?
We ran into her, yeah.
When you say standing, you mean...
I mean, it was standing on 2 feet.
Where the hell's the deputy?
If you hear it, you're already dead.
All right, so there you have Shriek of the Sasquatch from 2011. Man, I love that title, Shriek of the Sasquatch. Man, that is so cool.
Yep. It reminds me of Shriek of the Mutilated, which we've talked about in the past, and I'd rather forget that particular film.
Right. Only the title reminds you of that, not the movie.
Only the title. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I want to say, man, Steve Sessions, to me, he did a great job for a low-budget independent film, you know? And, you already know that this is a director close to my heart because of the type of movie he made. You know, it's kind of like the one I just made. And they were both set in 1979. They both had a character named Julie, and they were both period pieces, you know, about Bigfoot. So, I mean, you already know that I'm like, yeah, this guy did it right, man.
Yeah, in this movie, Julie and her boyfriend Nick are on a road trip to go visit her estranged father, and they run into a poodle and some other things on the way over there. And this movie you have to be in a certain mood to watch this film. I believe it's not for everyone. But I really enjoyed it, and it's the way it was shot. It's scratchy. The film is it's scratchy looking. It looks like an old movie, and that's on purpose. And it opens with, a cheesy modeling session in the forest. And then I don't know if it goes downhill or uphill. I guess it depends on what kind of movie you're looking for. But it goes one way or the other from there. So, Patrick, what do you want to talk about first about this film?
Man, I just want to say that Steve Sessions, it's like he hit all the tropes that I love in a Bigfoot movie. The things I'm always talking about, that I want to see the creature right up front. And he did. He shows you glimpses of the creature. He shows a footprint right up front. And then he has a lady describing the Bigfoot to was he a sheriff's deputy or something?
Deputy, yeah.
And they're sketching it. So man, he's throwing all those things right up front, which is something that I really liked. I thought that was great. Well, you want to talk about the acting?
Yeah, the acting was okay for a low budget film. I thought it was pretty good. I know that Scarlett Salem in particular, she goes by another name now. It's let me see. I think it's Scarlett. I'm sorry, Sarah French. Uh, she's gone on to some mainstream films, and she's done some other work. Uh, and some of the other cast members have done other films as well, and I thought they all did pretty good. Um, Sarah had to carry a lot of the film, and I thought she did a pretty good job at that. And I liked how the film, the way it was presented, it was like there were little pockets in life. Like there was a brother and a sister hanging out at the park at one point. You had the modeling session at another point. Then you had a couple in a van. Uh, it just kind of gave you these little. Then there was a brother and sister at their house, and they were annoying each other. I just like the way it was presented. But yeah, as far as the acting goes, yeah, I thought they did really well. How about you, Patrick? What do you think?
Man, I thought the acting was just what it needed to be for this type of film, which I was fine with, because I thought he nailed it as far as trying to make it look like a over the top 70s horror film. And
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was great. It fit the production.
Yep. 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 And then how about the cinematography? What did you think of the cinematography?
Well, just like I said about the acting, I think it's what it needed to be for this production. It fit the time period, like the 70s grindhouse, low budget independent film. I thought they did a good job making it. And I read that they shot the entire movie in 5 days. I mean,
I
that's
can believe
impressive
that.
to me,
Yeah.
for a feature film, 5 days, and for what they got, I think they did a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, I was particularly fond of they're not necessarily jump cuts, but where sections of the film, it's like there was a bad section of the actual print, and it would jump in,
Right, right.
forward in the scene, a couple of whatever you call, I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, I like that. It made it feel like it wasn't you're watching an old movie from the late
Right, right.
70s,
Yeah,
but you're
I
watching it
remember
now.
Tarantino did that in a couple of his films. I think was it Tarantino or which movie they had like a missing reel, and it jumps like a you lose out a whole reel and it comes back. It was a good way to pass time, but it also gave it that old grindhouse feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like what they did with it, the editing. Yeah, it's definitely good.
Yep. Also, I thought the music was
Yeah.
pretty good. Sounded like it was from the 70s. Uh, Especially that song that the girl was dancing to in her bedroom. Uh, it was something dance. I can't remember. They just kept repeating that line over. It was disco. And I really enjoyed that one. That
Yeah,
was
the music did definitely fit the film. They did a good
Yeah.
job with that.
Um,
So, Kendall, did you have a favorite scene in this movie?
uh, yeah, my favorite scene uh, didn't involve the creature. It was when the brother and sister were sitting in or hanging out in the park early on in the film, and they were talking about well, the brother, the younger brother was talking about how some buddy of his had seen Kiss in concert, and that Gene Simmons spit up blood during calling Dr. Love. And as soon as he said that, I was like, no, he doesn't spit up blood. Because you know me. I mean, I'm a hardcore Kiss fan. I was like, he doesn't spit up blood during, calling Dr. Love. And then the girl, the sister, corrects him. And I thought that just it added some authenticity to the film to make it feel like 1979.
Right.
That was probably my favorite part of the film. There were other things like that, like the clothing and all that made it feel like the 70s.
Sure.
But that scene in particular, because I'm a Kiss fan, that was my favorite scene. I also liked the ending of the film. I don't want to say what happens.
Right.
I thought that was a very unique spin. As far as I know, I've never seen or come across a Bigfoot film with that type of a twist in it. I could be wrong, but if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. And so let us know in the comments after you've listened to this episode or watched this episode, and tell us if this particular twist has occurred, because I want to watch that film too.
I have seen it in one other film. I can't remember the name of it, but it was from the people that made the Blood on the Farm.
Okay.
It was one of their films, which had kind of a twist like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you're talking about the Kiss dialogue and that. Man, to me, it was also they mentioned the $6 Million Man and Bionic Woman. Some of my favorite TV shows in the 70s. I was like, man, this guy's like, he wrote this film for me. That's the way you feel about the Kiss scenes, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he wrote this film just for me. That was cool, man. But I'll tell you, my favorite scene was when the Bigfoot topples over the bubble van, the boogie van, the bubble windows.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. I like that.
The special effect used for the van. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you will talk about the Bigfoot costume.
The costume itself looked just like a slightly modified ape costume.
Yep.
It does have some mouth movement in a couple of scenes, and I mean, it was, for this type of film, it was perfect.
Yeah. I did talk to the director via email. I tried to get him on, but he didn't want to feel like doing a podcast. But he did tell me that it was a gorilla costume that they used. But I had sent him a trailer of our film, and he said something like, y'all used an actual Bigfoot costume. He said, we used a gorilla costume, something like that, something to that effect. But yeah, I thought they did a good job. I mean, it worked. It was kind of cool.
And he wasn't afraid to show it.
No. And I like that. You know how much I want to see the monsters in the Bigfoot movies. I definitely want to see the creature.
It was a slow reveal. I mean, you would see it in the background, kind of blurry, and then you'd see a foot, or then you'd see a hand, and he slowly started peeling it back, pulling back the curtain so you could see the actual creature. And then by the end of the film, you've got the whole thing there, and you know what to expect when you see it. So yeah, he definitely did a good job with that.
So did you have a favorite kill in the movie?
I did like the van toppling over, that scene, but I think my favorite was the guy and the girl that were having an affair, and the creature reaches down from the top of the tent and he's pulling up on the guy, and the girl starts screaming, "Let him go, let him go." I also enjoyed, I don't want to say what happened, but then I also enjoyed the hitchhiker kill.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was funny. The actual kill. So how about you? What was your favorite kill in the movie?
Well, man, I had several of them. Something about this Bigfoot, he loves ripping people's heads off.
Yeah.
So anytime that happened, that was my favorites. I mean, it probably happened like 5 or 6 times in the movie. It was a pretty gory film.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's see what else we can talk about. The poster for it. Did you look at the poster?
Yeah, the poster. It's got, the blonde damsel in distress screaming on it, and the creature in the background. I mean, it serves its purpose. You know what kind of movie you're getting. I thought it was. Right. There's nothing special about it, but I liked it.
Yeah. The poster was okay, but I was expecting more of a 70s style, like an old painted poster like they did in the 70s, something like that. I think would have been better fitting for the movie. So I was a little disappointed in the use of that poster for this movie. But I mean, like you said, you know what you're getting into when you see that poster.
Yeah,
But I would have liked to have seen an old classic 70s style painted horror poster, you know.
yeah, yeah,
I thought that was one thing that was missing. It wasn't consistent with the rest of the
yeah,
everything they put into the film, you know, make it a 70s feel, and then the poster wasn't. That kind of
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
well, it is what it is, but it wasn't
yeah.
too bad, you know. But I'll tell you what, something I loved was on the movie. I love like the title font and all the fonts used and stuff. And I mean, they put so much of the 70s in this, the costumes, the hairstyles,
Yeah.
the props, everything looked authentic, and it gave it that 70s feel, you know.
The car, yeah, the car,
Oh, I
the
love the
cars.
vehicle, especially that that bubble van, the bubble window van. And the
And,
Olds 442 that they were driving around, that was sweet.
yeah,
They did a really good job. And I'll tell you, I loved their attention to detail. I mean, you know, we just made a 70s Bigfoot movie and we didn't have the money in that, or even, I don't know if I just didn't think about it all. That amount of detail that he put into it. I mean, if they're in a house and you see a calendar on the wall, it's a 70s calendar.
yep.
If you see a newspaper laid on a table, it's a 70s newspaper.
Jimmy
Even
Carter was on television.
Jimmy Carter was in a news
Yeah.
interview when they're in the hotel.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, he's gone all out to make this
Yeah.
feel authentic. Payphones, you know, the phone booth, all that stuff was in here. I thought that
The,
was just excellent,
the
excellent.
lame shirt with the flower prints on
Yeah,
it
yeah.
and the flared collar.
But yeah, I mean, this film and their dialogue, like, you know, the kiss and the Bionic Man, all that. This movie just really took me back to the 70s. I
Yeah.
was like grinning ear to ear watching this movie. But anyway, you got anything else to say about it?
Well, I know Steve has done a lot of other low budget horror films. He's done
Yep.
a ton of them actually.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
And I don't know if he was there, but there was a film he did a while, like way back, called Cremains, and it was some different horror films, shorts all together. And one of the actors was actually at Southern Geek Fest way back in the early 2000s. I don't remember the actual date, but yeah, I actually had a brush with Steve Sessions, at least his work. And yeah, he's got a lot of movies out there, and actually, I've watched a few of them, and I definitely recommend checking out his work. Like I said, it's like with this film, it's a specific type of movie, and I don't think it's going to appeal to everybody. But if you're in the right mindset, and if you like these types of films, you know this guy does a great job. He really does.
When I emailed him, he told me that he's actually in the movie. He said he's the photographer.
He's the photographer at the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah. So that was kind of cool. He put himself in a little cameo, kind of like those two nerds from Filmsquatch did, you know, putting themselves in the movie.
But yeah, man, this one was a fun one.
Yeah, I
I
thought
was,
so.
and what's kind of cool is I didn't realize that he had done these other films that I had already seen
Yeah,
until I looked it up on IMDb and it's like, oh, he did that one and he did that one. Okay, well, I know a little bit about this guy, and yeah, I've got good friends over in Mississippi that are also aware of his work. So definitely, if you're from Mississippi or Louisiana, give it a look. If for no other reason, just to support a local boy, yeah, doing work in Mississippi. But is there anything else you want to talk about in the film? Is there any scenes or anything?
no, I think I said everything. You know how much I liked it because that's if I was going to just make a movie from scratch, that's exactly the type of movie I would want to make. And
Yeah.
I mean, we already did. We put ours in the 70s, but we had a lot of similarities to what he did, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's definitely a unique film, and I thought he did a great job, and I guess with that being said, we've come to the point in our episode where we're going to rate this movie, and as always, we're going to be rating it on a scale of 1 to 10 Bigfoot tracks, with 1 being the worst Bigfoot film ever made and 10 being the best, in my opinion. is The Legend of Boggy Creek. And so, Patrick, I'm going to let you go first tonight. I'm going to get your rating because I'm pretty sure that I know how you're going to rate this film. And
You're thinking I'm gonna say a 9 or a 10, but
no, I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're gonna go that high, but you're gonna go high. I'm pretty sure you're gonna go high with this one. And I want to hear your rating first, and I'm gonna give mine.
all right. Like we were saying, I mean, this filmmaker is close to my own heart. It's like we're kindred spirits or something. I would have loved to have been involved with this production, working on it in some way. That would have been so cool, right up my alley. But I absolutely loved everything that he did. The making of the whole film, I thought it captured an authentic '70s look and feel. The director, he was going for it, and he did it. I mean, even though it was super low budget, I thought it was fantastic. Bro, they even had the conversation with the $6 Million Man and the kiss, like we were talking about. I mean, who would have thought to stick that into a Bigfoot movie?
Yeah.
That was
especially
so
to get
awesome.
so specific with the kiss reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we were saying, I felt like the movie was made just for me. but also the effects were they're all practical, and that's the kind of funky stuff I love, man. Right there. He did a good job. And actually to me, this movie actually felt like it was really made in the '70s. To me,
Yeah.
it felt like I was back then, watching a movie in the theaters in the '70s.
Right.
But I've seen lots of low budget '70s horror films, even Bigfoot films that weren't as good as this one. They were actually made in the '70s. This one
Right.
was a lot better than a lot of those that I've seen. But anyway, man, I'm going to give this one a 6.5 Bigfoot tracks for myself. I mean,
Okay.
this is the kind of movie that I know it might not be a 6 for everyone, but that's okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I mean, it's to each his own. This is my
Right.
rating. Everybody else can rate it the way they want, but I think it's a 6.5. 5 is just an average rating. To me, this was above average, especially for an
Yeah.
independent, low budget budget film. But but also, it has that unique twist you were talking about earlier that was kind of cool, and it kind of explains, what people have been talking about for decades about if Bigfoot is real, how come we've never found a body? So this
Right.
twist kind of like pokes at that question, and I like the way
Yeah.
they did that.
I liked how the boyfriend questioned Bigfoot's existence throughout the entire film.
Yeah.
And he would always come up with these things, reasons as to why no one has any proof or whatever. And yeah, they played
But I
that
just
very
want to
well.
tell people, go check out this film. It's a fun film, and I think people will enjoy it.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Crazy Cajun. I want to hear your rating on it.
I gave it a 6.5. I'm right there
What?
with you. Yes.
We on the
It's-
same page?
Yes, I enjoyed this movie. It is not for the average moviegoer, I don't believe. And like I've already said, you've got to be in a particular mindset to watch this type of film. You got to know what you're going into, and just sit back and enjoy it for what it is.
Yep.
Let it play out in front of you. I mean, it's got blood, it's got gore, it's got boobies, it's got it's got everything that you would want in a film from the 1970s, and including the cool car
And
and
a
a dead
bubble
poop.
window boogie
Yep.
van. Yeah.
It's got everything that you want to see in that type of a movie, and yeah, 6.5 for me. I'm right there with you. I think that's a fair rating because it's definitely above average. Definitely an above average film. And the twist ending and the acting and just the cheesy gore, I thought, yeah, 6.5 is a fair rating from me. So yeah, 6.5. We're
We're on
matched
the
up
same
on this one.
page, man. Rarely it
Yeah.
happens, but it does,
Yep, this is a good movie. And like I said before, check out some more of Steve Sessions' work.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a whole library of films. And I want to say this film, Shrieking the Sasquatch, is available on DVD. I actually bought it off Amazon.
Yeah, it's on DVD and it's also available to watch on multiple streaming services
Right.
if you want to watch it. But if you want to support him, buy a copy of the DVD. I mean, every watch helps, but yeah, buy one if you have the means, go for it. Um, and with that, Patrick, is there anything else that's been going on lately?
Well, man, we just had the Calcasieu Parish Short Film Festival this weekend. It was the ninth annual one, and we presented a block of Bigfoot short films as part of the Filmsquatch Bigfoot Short Film Challenge of 2026. And this was the first festival that we aired that block of films at.
Yeah.
And we had, man, it was over throughout the entire day at the festival. We had over 40. But when that block played, we had like, I think I counted 37 people in the audience watching that block. A lot of them showed up just for that,
Just for Bigfoot.
just for the Bigfoot films. I thought that was incredible. But we did have some filmmakers from one of the films that showed up. The Not So Great Outdoorsman.
Yeah.
We had Michael Murray, who plays the Bigfoot in that film, and we had Tony Lawson, who plays one of the two main actors. He plays one of those actors. So they were both there. We screened the movie. At the end, they got up and talked about it. They answered a few questions the audience had, and they set up a booth and sold some DVDs and autographed some posters. And the local TV station was there and even did a little interview with them. So they got on the nightly news. That was cool.
Yeah, and they actually interviewed you. What was it, the Friday or the Thursday before?
Friday on the early morning show. I had to go.
Yeah,
I had to be there like at 5:30 in the morning
with Rob Bocage of KPLC. Yeah, that was pretty neat. And I was unable to attend. I had to work as usual, but it sounds like it was a great time, and I can't wait to check out the short films that were presented there that I haven't seen yet, and we can definitely rate them here on Filmsquatch.
While we're on it, I want to tell people out there, you still have time to submit a Bigfoot short film that we can include in this traveling picture show of block of film Bigfoot films that we're showing at festivals. And the next one coming up will be the Boggy Creek Monster Mingle, right? Which is on September the 5th, I'm sorry, in Falk, Arkansas at the Boggy Creek Boutique. And we will show this block of films. And if you have one, you still got plenty of time to get it into us. And if it's here before, that date, it will be included in that screening. But then you still have until the end of September to get us a film, because the final festival we'll show them in will be the Lake Charles Film Festival, which is the first Saturday of October. I believe it's October 3rd. And then at the award ceremony at that festival, we'll announce the winner of the Bigfoot Short Film Challenge. So, but you still have plenty of time. And I mean, the only two rules, it's got to be within 2 years that you made it. So you can go make it right now if you need to. And it's got to be 30 minutes or less. So, I mean, you could go out and make a 5-minute Bigfoot movie with your cell phone and we'll accept it, Just get us a Bigfoot short film.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was kind of surprised to hear that we had those big numbers show up for the short film festival. That was really great. That was a nice treat to hear. And or do we have any other events or anything coming up other than the mingle and the Lake Charles or the Lake Charles Film Festival?
I think that's it for right now.
And if you're listening and you would like us to attend your event, let us know. Reach out either to me or to Patrick, and we'll do our best to attend your event. And we'll bring Squatchy with us. And who knows what else we'll have in our little bag of tricks. So, Patrick, you want to talk about anything else before we wrap this episode up?
No, I think we said everything about Screech of the Sasquatch. And we talked about the events coming up. I think that's all I had to talk about.
Okay. Well, I guess with that, I have to ask you a question, Patrick. If I'm out in 1979 in the back of the van, in the back of my van, in the back of the boogie van,
with your lover,
exploring things with a young lady,
parked off the beaten path,
and the van starts a rocking, what should I do?
Well, if you hear something coming knocking, watch your back. Bigfoot's out there.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Filmsquatch. If you like the podcast, please leave us a 5-star review and tell your friends about us. Make sure to like us on Facebook and join in on some of our interactive discussions. Remember, Bigfoot is out there. Watch your back.